Chapter 511. A Giant Slug Falls. It starts in Los Angeles, California. I was in the Los Angeles cryo prison. Me, BRR. This place is cold. I was walking through the prison. Me, this place is the ninth circle of hell on earth. To the viewers, you may be wondering why I'm in the Los Angeles cryo prison. Well, to help you understand what's happening, we need to go back to last night. I had a dream about this place. Flashback. 3 a.m. Me, narrating. I've been having problems with a dream that was trying to tell me something. It was more of a call for help. I heard a voice calling out to me. It was a little girl's voice. I followed the voice to the Los Angeles cryo prison. In my dream, I was walking in the city of Los Angeles, California, and I was in the Los Angeles cryo prison. A maximum security prison where they freeze criminals in huge blocks of ice and put them in a state of suspended animation where they can be re-educated and reprogrammed through synaptic suggestion. Me, as I walked through the prison, the voice was calling to me from a room where criminals that don't have rehab. It was a cold fridge for the worst kind of criminals in the country. In that fridge I saw a young girl no older than Lainey Loud. She had blonde hair and was frozen with her clothes on, and she had a double crescent moon-shaped scar in the middle of her forehead. Flashback ends. Me, so there you have it. My dream was telling me to go here and see what's going on. I walk into the defroster room and found all the staff dead. It was a gruesome bloodbath. Me, gasp. The sight of the scene was horrifying. Me, my gosh. What the heck happened here? I walked around and saw that the bodies were riddled with bullet wounds and the cold of the room was keeping the bodies from decomposing. Me, whoever did this really didn't want anyone to report what's going on. I saw a door and opened it. It led to a huge freezer. In the freezer were thousands upon thousands of blocks of ice, and the naked bodies of criminals were frozen in them. Me, wow. There's so many of them. I walked into the fridge and turned on my computer vision. I analyzed the criminals, and some of them were names that my father knows over the course of his 25-year career as a police officer. He arrested 90% of the criminals frozen in the prison. Me, I know most of these guys. They were all busted by my dad years ago. Dad, you are the greatest police officer I know, and if these guys ever get out, your enemies will become mine. I'm more than willing to accept the challenge. I looked around and my computer vision picked up something out of the ordinary. In the far back up against the wall was a block of ice in the top row, and in it was a little girl, and she was fully clothed. I go up and look at it. Me, that's her. I got to get her out of here. I go to a computer that operates the ice block lift and take the block out. I set the block down onto the floor and wipe the frost off. It was the girl I saw in my dream. Me, it's her. Wait a second. I had another flashback. Flashback 2. I was looking through the Knudsen family records on the computer and I found a really unusual discovery. Before my sister Jamie on the family tree was another name. It was a girl named Elaine Rose Knudsen. She was born 3 years before Jamie and was declared presumably deceased. She was declared this when I was only 1 year old. Flashback ends. I fired a blast of fire and melt the ice and thaw her out. I was holding her and she woke up. Me, Elaine? Are you okay? Elaine woke up and saw me. Elaine, who are you? Me, my name is JD. Knudsen and I am your brother. You probably don't know me, but I was only a year old when you vanished. Elaine started remembering what happened. Elaine, gasp. Bro. She hugged me and cried hard. Me, it's okay, Elaine. Elaine, crying hard, I was so scared. Me, I know. But you're safe now. It's gonna be alright. Elaine, how long have I been gone? Me, 15 years. I'm now 16 years old. You are still 5 years old, but you are 20 years old because you were frozen in time and ice. Frozen in time. Elaine, I've missed you so much, bro. But my head hurts. Me, I know. I pulled out a blanket and wrapped it around her. How touching. We looked to who said that, and it was my father's old enemy Simon Phoenix. Me, Simon Phoenix. Homicidal maniac responsible for the deaths of 379 people over the course of 25 years. Elaine gasped and she had a memory flashback. She remembered that it was Simon Phoenix that knocked her out and got her frozen for 15 years. Elaine, that's him. He is the one that froze me. Me, I had a feeling. Dad brought him in. He told me that Simon Phoenix was the most dangerous criminal he ever faced and put in this prison for all eternity. Phoenix, who are you? Me, my name is J.D. Knudsen, son of Sergeant Sumner Knudsen. Phoenix, so you are the son of that man who got me frozen. Me, that's right. Elaine, you go somewhere safe and cover your eyes. I don't want you to see this fight. It's gonna be brutal. Elaine, okay. What happened to you, bro? Me, a lot of things. Stuff that even some people can't explain. Elaine, oh. Elaine hid behind a table and covered her eyes. I walked up to him and we looked at each other with fury. Me, is it cold in here or is it just me? Phoenix, like father like son. Phoenix punched me twice in the face and kicked me in the stomach and sent me crashing into some containers. He picked me up and punched me in the face hard and elbowed me into the fence. He punched me all over and I belched up a huge amount of blood. Phoenix, censored, piece of, censored. He punched me in the face and I kicked him in the mouth. Me, go to hell. I kick him in the stomach and punch him in the face and punch him in the stomach and the back of the head, and he backhanded me and punched me in the eye and whacked me in the mouth with a chain, and I rebounded and flip him over and grab his arm and bend it and cause the bone to break through. He screamed in pain and I elbow him in the crotch. Phoenix, I hate cops. He got up and whacked me in the face with a punch. I belched up more blood. Phoenix, look in my eyes, JD. I'll see you in hell. Me, not if I take you there with me. I spit some of my blood into his face and it landed in his eyes and burned them like acid. I punch him all over the place and kick him around like a rag doll caught in a storm, and then I knocked him down. Me, now you die, you, censored. I plunge my hand into his chest and rip out his beating black heart. Me, enjoy the darkness of hell, you, censored. I crushed the heart and it splattered all over the place as bloody tissue. Phoenix died in an instant. My accelerated healing made me better. I fired a blast of fire and incinerated Phoenix's body. Elaine came over to me and she was shocked. Me, I'm sorry you had to hear all that, Elaine. Elaine, it's all right, bro. But you were amazing. Me, you saw the whole fight, huh? Elaine, I sure did. What happened to you? Me, a lot of things that no one can explain. I have numerous powers and more. Let's go home. We no longer live in Colorado. We live in Michigan now. Elaine, oh. Okay. We left the prison and went back home. Back home in Gotham Royal York, we landed by the front of the estate. Me, this is where we live now, sis. We live in a city called Gotham Royal York and we have a huge mansion. Elaine, wow. This house is big. Me, it's a massive mansion. It's supposed to be big. You have to be worth a massive amount of money to own one. Elaine, wow. I have a lot to learn. Me, 15 years worth. But I promise that will help you. You are going to love my friends and new family members. In the mansion everyone was watching TV and reading books when the door opened and we came in. Me, hey guys. Lori, hey JD. Who is that with you? Me, guys, this is the reason why I went to the cryo prison. This is my long-lost big sister Elaine Rose Knudsen. She was frozen in the cryo prison for 15 years and a dream told me where to find her. Everyone gasped. Me, Elaine, it's okay. These are my friends. They are all part of our family. She's in a very fragile state. She was frozen in the cryo prison for 15 years. Lainey, oh man. Lisa, that's awful second elder brother. How did she wind up in a state of cryogenic suspended animation? Elaine, what did she say? Me, she's wondering how you got frozen in that block of ice. Lisa is very smart and she knows lots of things that would fry your brain. Elaine was frozen in the prison because of homicidal maniac Simon Phoenix. Everyone gasped. Luna, dude. I heard he was released from prison early. Luan, and he is the worst kind of criminal ever. Lainey, he is the worst kind. We sat down and Elaine got acquainted with everyone. For 2 hours we were talking. Elaine, so you all have amazing powers and you saved the world from all kinds of stuff? Me, that's right. We are one of the most powerful forces of heroes on the planet. We were given great power because of many things. Lincoln, that's right. Lyra, I'm proud of our big bro. Lily, same here. Elaine, you all are an amazing thing. Lana, we get that a lot. Lila, we've had a lot of stuff happen to us that made us become like this. Nico, yeah. But mostly we got our powers from gods and goddesses in myths around the world. Starfire, some of us were born on other planets. Me, there are many sources because of it. Elaine, wow. That's amazing. Lincoln, can I ask you a question? Lincoln, sure. Elaine, how come your hair is white? Lincoln, well, I have a condition that turned it white. I inherited it from our grandpa. Me, their grandpa Albert, Rita's dad, was born with white hair like Lincoln was and he calls him Mini-Me. Elaine, oh. That's cool. Earthworm Jim, Peter Puppy, and Princess Watts her name came in. Jim, hey guys. Peter Puppy, what's going on? Me, oh hey guys. Princess Watts her name, you guys have been really busy taking out my poopy head sister's workers. Very. Busy is an understatement. Me, Princess Watts her name, it's an honor to meet you, Your Highness. Princess Watts her name, you too, JD. Lainey, Princess, if I may ask, Princess, why do you hate your sister so much? Princess Watts her name, oh, it's a tale of misery and woe that goes back many years. Flashback. Earthworm Jim narrator, the tale of the princess and the queen. Once upon a time, because it always starts that way, on Insectica twin sisters were hatched. A cocoon hatched and out came 2 children. Earthworm Jim narrator, one beautiful queen, pulsating, bloated, festering, sweating, pus-filled, malformed, slug furry butt, or queen slug furry butt for short, was born. Earthworm Jim narrator, and the other hideously malformed Princess Watts her name was born too, and she looked in every way like us humans. The previous queen screamed at the sight of her. Earthworm Jim narrator, yes. Well. Obviously Insectican standards of beauty are rather different from our own. The young queen's whims were catered to. The young queen slug furry butt was being pampered and catered with wheelbarrow loads of jewels. Zerb minion, how else may I serve you, astonishingly beauteous queen? Young Q.S.F.A.B, throw her in the dungeon where her deformity will not offend me. Note, we'll call Queen Slug Furry Butt by her initials to make things easier. Zerb minion, who? Q.S.F.A.B, points to the princess, her. The ugly one. You know. What's her name? The princess was crying and the queen threw her into the dungeon. Earthworm Jim narrator, and so the young princess was locked in the palace dungeon while her sister reigned as queen of Insectica. The princess vowed to overthrow her evil twin sister no matter what. Young princess, I swear to dedicate my life to the overthrow of my fiendish sister. The big fat puppy head. Earthworm Jim narrator, the queen had a normal childhood, enjoying such pastimes as her favorite game, Maggot Ball. She was playing said game. She hit a maggot and splattered it all over the place. Zerb minion, good one, Queenie. Earthworm Jim narrator, but the princess's childhood held nothing but endless training in the ways of the warrior. The young princess was using all kinds of weapons on a dummy in the shape of her evil twin sister, getting stronger over the years. Earthworm Jim narrator, and so while the queen ruled Insectica with an iron fist, the princess became the fierce leader of a ragtag band of rebels. Hard work had made her a mighty warrior, but IT had taught her nothing of life, of love, of romance. Flashback ends. Earthworm Jim was crying his eyes out. He was touched by the princess's story. Jim, crying hard, it's the saddest story since Bambi. Peter Puppy, eating popcorn, MMM. I love a good flashback. MMM. Better than pro wrestling. Me, princess, that's awful. Lori, you've literally endured a nightmare. Elaine, that is awful. Lainey, no kidding. We have to help her. Me, and we will. Lisa, deploy the USS Valor. We're going to blow up Insectica and make sure that she never conquers the universe again. Lisa, affirmative, second elder brother. Elaine, why did she call you second brother? Me, you see Elaine, ever since we moved here we developed a powerful bond that was so strong that our families became one. Elaine, wow. Me, I know. Later we were in the USS Valor and we were on our way to Insectica. Me, narrating, Captain's Log, Stardate 2465.9, the U.S.S. Valor is on its way to Princess What's Her Name's planet Insectica, 63 light-years away from Earth. Our mission is to take down Queen Slug Furrybutt and destroy the planet Insectica. Lincoln, this is gonna be awesome. Linka, it sure is. We were arming ourselves with phasers and laser blasters and we were getting ready to go into war. Vince, JD, we're here. We saw a really dark planet with a green ocean. It was an ugly, disgusting looking planet. Me, wow. This planet looks like a planet from hell. Very, yet. Me, let's get them. We went down to the planet and it was a planet that would make even the most weak-hearted of people hurl their guts out. It was a planet completely covered in slime molds, rotten fungus, disgusting stuff and more. Me, this place is disgusting. Very, and soon it will be destroyed. Marie KL and Nico were flying above the ground and Marie was riding Marianus and Nico had a crystal dragon, a Lake Ryan. Lake Ryan, this place is a pigsty. Nico, no kidding. Princess What's Her Name, her castle is this way. Me, okay. We went into the castle and saw her on her throne and she was disgusting and repulsive. Me, there she is. Lola, she is disgusting. Lana, cool. Bisley, and I thought Pokong was hideous. Nico, you're telling me. I fired a laser blast and it burned off one of her horns. Me, hey maggot butt. Your reign of terror is over. QSFAB, well if it isn't JD. Knudsen and his cronies. Me, for your information you pus-filled slime ball, they are my friends and my teammates and loved ones. Princess What's Her Name kicked her scepter out of her hand and I grabbed it and destroyed it. Me, your reign of terror is over, queen. We've played your dirty games and brought the pain to your minions and now the only thing left is to finish you off once and for all. QSFAB, did you really think I would be foolish enough not to bring back up? A Macamp came out. Nico, a Macamp. Awesome. Ben, I got this. Ben became 4 arms. Ben, 4 arms. QSFAB, a tetramand. 4 arms, that's right. He went at the Macamp and they engaged in a fight. It was a fierce one but 4 arms prevailed. Nico, I got this. Pokeball go. He caught the Macamp in it and the red light faded and he caught it. Me, way to go Nico. Nico, thanks. Elena, Flint, let's electrocute her. Sandman, you got it Elena. Elena fired a blast of lightning and Sandman fired a blast of sand. Elena and Sandman. Fulgurite lightning shower. The sand became fulgurite crystals and they hit QSFAB in her oversized abdomen, and Lincoln and Janine fired lightning and electrocuted her. The fulgurites lit up like a Christmas tree. Nico, Poraman, let's get her. Poraman, right. Poraman digivolved. Poraman digivolved too. He became Hawkman. Hawkman, Nico Hawkman. Nico activated his Digig of Love. Nico, DG Armor Energize. Hawkman, Nico Hawkman Armor digivolved too. He became Halseyman. Halseyman, Nico Halseyman, the Wings of Love. Nico got on him and they went at the Queen. Halseyman, Nico Eagle Eye. Halseyman fired red lasers from his eyes and they burned her bad. Bisley, let's use our combo Nico. Nico, right. Biza fired a huge blast of water and Nico fired a huge blast of wind using Xiaofeng's powers. Biza and Nico, torrential hurricane deluge. The attacks combined and formed a huge hurricane over the Queen and blew her around with incredible winds and fired powerful torrents of water at her. She was being beaten up really bad in the storm. When the hurricane stopped, I grabbed her by her huge butt and slammed her all over the ground on both sides. Slam BLAM crash BLAM slam BLAM crash BLAM slam BLAM. Ed became Edzilla. Edzilla, Ed smash Slug Queen. Edzilla smashed her all over the place. Woody, you know that ugly queen sounds just like Ms. Meanie. Lincoln, she does sound like her. Bisley, why couldn't my siblings be willing to do these kind of attacks alongside me? Nico, they're pure evil and probably wouldn't agree to such terms. Bisley, true. Halseyman, Nico, Echoing, Tempest Wing. He spun really fast and became a tornado, and then in a surprising shock he ate the Queen. Halseyman, Nico, that was gross. Me, no kidding. But we won. We cheered wildly. Back on the ship I had the planet-destroying super ion laser ready to fire. Me, go to hell you stupid bugs. I pressed the big red button and it fired. The laser completely obliterated the entire planet in an instant. Crap. The entire planet was completely wiped off the face of the universe forever. We went back home and celebrated. In the kitchen, Naz, Rolf and Kevin were having a nice talk. Rolf, Naz, are you sure that frenemies Shocker and Rhino will join us eventually? Naz, Rolf, look at the three of us. You used to beat up the EDS whenever they bothered you and your animals. Kevin used to beat them up on a daily basis and call them dorks every day. Me? I get annoyed at the three of them every time they did a scam. And despite that, Eddie was willing to forgive and befriend us. So if we can be friends with JD and the others, then I can say the same for Rhino and Shocker. Especially since they're Flint's friends. Kevin, I just hope it's not too late when they do decide to join us. Naz, Chuckles, who'd ever thought that the three of us would end up as a part of Team Loud Phoenix Storm? Rolf, I would never have imagined fighting evil alongside the Ed boys. Kevin, and to think that it took the Vengeance Express for us to finally make peace with the EDS. Naz, now we just need to keep watching JD and the rest of our friends' backs. Rolf, I see no problem with that. Kevin, me neither. Naz, holds up her drink and Kevin and Rolf do the same with theirs to the battles to come. Kevin, to making sure we win them. Rolf, here here. The three of them clinked their drinks together and drank at the same time. They were drinking water. It was a grand victory for us. Princess Watts, her name, was now free of her planet and sister. Queen Slug Furrybutt was forever sealed into the Book of Vile Darkness and her reign of terror had been silenced forever. The end. Another fanfiction complete. The Earthworm Jim saga is complete. Queen Slug Furrybutt was by far the most ugliest and most cantankerous and ruthless interstellar villain ever known. Andrea Martin did a great job voicing her back in 1995, and she did a great job voicing all kinds of cartoon characters. She voiced Ms. Meanie on The Woody Woodpecker and many more. Earthworm Jim is a funny and silly cartoon show and video game series. I used to play it on Sega Saturn a long time ago. The funny thing is they never had Major Mucus, Chuck, Big Broody, Billy the Bin, Doc Duodenum, Pitch the Cat, Old Grandma, Pedro Pupa, or Filet Mignon the Living Steak on the show. Those were video game only villains. They were funny though. Nico-chan11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks for that, man, as usual. I wanted to open the chapter with me finding my long-lost sister. It came out of the blue for me and I wanted it to have a Demolition Man fight. Wesley Snipes did a great job as Simon Phoenix in Demolition Man. That was an awesome movie. Sylvester Stallone did a great job too. Rambo vs Blade. Awesome movie. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time. Demolition Man is owned by Universal Pictures and Marco Brambilla. Earthworm Jim series is owned by Doug Tenable, Sega, Kids WB, and Universal Cartoon Studios.